Okay, so we're about to hear from David Littleproud, the Nationals leader, of course, part of the fact that we always get the coalition part of this, Trudy, but I think the interesting part as well will be, as I said before, hearing the fleshed out story of Peter Dutton. We're going to hear a lot about the non-political side of him today as well.
Yeah, trying to frame him in a different light than what many Australians would think of Peter Dutton as we see the Nationals leader David Littleproud now address the crowd.
Family out in Chinchilla, being part of so many years ago, but I'm honoured to be part of a coalition that for the last 3 years has set the national agenda. Never before have we seen a coalition being able to take hold of our national psyche and the agenda in setting it from opposition, and what we will do in setting a clear vision for every Australian, no matter their postcode, if we're elected on the 3rd of May. I'm proud to have stood with Peter Dutton, to be the first to say that we couldn't support Anthony Albanese's $450 million referendum on the voice. We did it in a respectful way. We listened to both the yes and the no case. But we got back to the simple principle, a simple principle that we were about to repeat the mistakes of the past, ones that we still have the lived experience of in rural and remote Australia, of repeating the mistake of ATSIC Mark II, where the money that the Australian taxpayer has spent is not going to where it's needed. Putting more bureaucracy, not a better bureaucracy, but also a core principle of our two great parties, but of our great nation, that all 27 million of us are equal, no matter our race, no matter our religion. And no one in this country, no matter their race, no matter their religion, is left behind. That's the Australia I grew up in, and that's the Australia Peter Dutton and I intend to leave behind. We're on the ones that have the courage to say that when there's Australians tonight that literally will not be able to put dinner on the table, that we should be doing everything our privileged position has given us to go to Parliament and to give them some hope, to take on and to change the culture of our supermarkets in dealing with our farmers, but dealing with you. Making sure that there is fairness and transparency from the farm gate to your plate. And when there are Australians tonight that can't eat dinner, why wouldn't we do something? You've got to change the culture and have a deterrent and a consequence in life. And if you're doing the wrong thing, then there should be a consequence. If you're not, you have nothing to fear. And when you've got a Prime Minister that supported divestiture powers for the big energy companies in 2019, but when his fellow Australians tonight will struggle to have dinner because they can't afford it, why wouldn't you do something about it? Why wouldn't you have the courage to stand up and protect every Australian as they should? That's a guiding principle that I grew up under, having a deterrent and a consequence for doing the wrong thing. We've also had the courage to stand up and say, energy is the economy. Energy is what will get us back on track and solve the cost of living crisis that every Australian is feeling today and into the future. We've had the courage to know and understand that there are Australians today that not only are struggling to put food on the table tonight, to pay their mortgage, to actually be able to take the kids to sport on the weekend. We're going to give them immediate relief. Peter Dutton and I and our teams are going to walk in the very first week of Parliament and we are going to bring down your fuel bill. But we're also going to bring down your energy bill. We're going to draw on the resources our great nation has been given. We don't have to worry about someone turning a tap off on us. We've got it all here. We can get our gas into our grid, Australian gas working for Australians, making sure we get first crack at that, bringing down your energy bill, bringing down your grocery bill, giving you some hope that there is leadership and courage in understanding that your pain is today, not in 15 months' time. That's the coalition I'm part of. But I'm part of a coalition that wants to leave a legacy that just doesn't last 10 years, but lasts 60 to 80 years and beyond. We have to transition some of our coal-fired power stations, so why wouldn't we transition them to nuclear energy? It just makes sense. It's $263 billion cheaper than an all renewables approach. And for us in regional Australia, we want to reduce emissions just like everybody else, but just understand the burden you're asking us to bear. You're asking us to have 28,000 kilometres of transmission lines, solar panels and wind turbines littered across our landscape, tearing up your food security and pushing up your food prices. Why wouldn't we do it a far better way?